Hello, how are you? Today I just want to talk a little bit about children and the way they relate to colour and imagination and drawing. It's a very important aspect of their self-awareness and self-development, in order to be able to have plenty of scope and creativity with regards having access to an array of felt tip pens and various other craft pieces which you can pick up relatively cheap, and plenty of paper. They really do need this in their lives as part of the early stages in their development. To begin with, I just want to do a little exercise with you. If you'd just like to get yourself a piece of A4 paper, just a blank piece of A4 paper, and I want you to write. I want you to write down the left-hand side in a column the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Can you see that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Ready? It's always the wrong piece that falls off, isn't it? I'm left with the top. Never mind, grab another pen. That's on the floor over there somewhere. I'll give you a moment just to go grab any piece of paper will do, as long as you can write the 7 days of the week. You do that now, and I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that, and you need a pen as well. So you write those down on a piece of paper, the days of the week, and I'll give you a moment to do that. I'll go and get my pen while I'm waiting. Where's it gone? Got it. Have you done that? If not, just pause the video for a minute or two while you do it. If you're anything like me, it takes you ages to find a pen when you want them. Normally when you're taking down a piece of information over the telephone, hang on a minute, I'll just get a pen. Get back to the phone about 10 minutes later. Right, this is an exercise in colour association. I want you to think of the days of the week and allocate one colour to each day of the week. It doesn't matter why you associate that colour with that particular day of the week. Whatever inspires you to give a particular day of the week a certain colour. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter if you've never even thought about it before, or you might have only specific days of the week where you've even associated with a colour. Take a moment to think about it, and I want you to allocate a colour to each specific day of the week. This is a colour association exercise. So I'm going to do it on my sheet here. It should look something like that. It doesn't have to be an A4 sheet. It could be a smaller piece if you want, or just a bit of scrap paper or paper bag or something, as long as you can write on something. Don't write on the wall though, that's not, I wouldn't do that. Kids would. Right, so just take a moment to allocate one colour to each day of the week, and I'll do the same here on mine. positive you need a little bit more time. Right, just positive you need a bit more time. Don't think about it too much. Whatever colour that springs to your mind to associate with a particular day of the week, you assign that colour to that day of the week, as long as you've got all 7 days in there. Right, now when you're ready, I want you to pick up your piece of paper and compare it to the colours that I've written down that I associate with the days of the week. That's mine. On Monday, I always think of that as being the white day. Tuesday, I always think of it as being the green day. Wednesday, to me, is the yellow day, sunshine day. Thursday is the orange day. Now this is interesting because it almost goes in a similar sequence to how you'd find in a Dulux paint folder. Orange is the Thursday. Friday to me has always been a red Friday. And Saturday has always to me been the purple day, soothing purple. I associate Doctor Who with a Saturday as well. I was watching Doctor Who on a Saturday back in my days. I think it still is on a Saturday now, isn't it? When the series starts, it's still a Saturday. Sunday to me is the pink day. Just a day of relaxation and bliss, basically. Now, yours probably will not be the same as mine, or the next person's, or Joe Blogs across the road. Everybody will come out with a different result. We will have all allocated, some will be the same, but it's not likely that there'll be many of us that have allocated exactly the same colours to the same days. I think you'd have to take about 1 million of us to get two the same, wouldn't you? Something like that. Now, you see, to me, Monday has always been the white day to me, because to me it's the start of the week, the start of the school week, the start of the working week. To me it's the start of the week, and I associate it with having a clean slate, a new week. That's why I allocate white. The dog's barking, I don't know what at. Bobby, what you barking at? Stop looking out the window, barking at people outside. Barking at people outside the front window. To me, Tuesday's always been a green day. I think it's because I got a really shiny metallic, and I always remember it now as vivid as the day I got it when I was about 6 years old. Lovely green metallic, lovely green Matchbox car, and I think I got that on a Tuesday because I've always associated Tuesday with green, because of this vivid, lovely metallic green little car that I got when I was 6 years old. To me, Wednesday's a yellow smiley day because you're sort of halfway through the week and middle of the week, and I think it's like a bit like midday as well. The sun is at its highest point. So to me, Wednesday's the yellow day. Now Thursday's the orange day because you're coming into the warmer, more sort of deeper, subtle colours. Well, I say subtle, it's probably the other way around. The pastel colours are the more subtle colours, but we're not working in pastel here, we're just working in normal colour. To me, orange is beginning to get near the end of the week, and to me, Thursday's always been the orange day. Friday's always been a red day for me. Red Friday. Crunchy day. Thank God it's Friday. Saturday has always been blissful purple. A nice blissful purple where it's the first day of the weekend and you can just play and do what you want really, and you've still got a day left, which is Sunday, which is then the recuperating pink, the soothing pink colour where you just basically laze about and get ready for the start of a new week, which takes you back onto white. That's me anyway. Yours won't be the same, and the next person down the line won't be the same. So that's just an example of colour association. Colour is very important. It plays an extremely important part in all of our lives, particularly young children's. To a child, a colour is a living thing. Basically, colour is living. It's a living energy, which is what it is. But when you're a child, children's minds are still developing and trying to log on to, if you like, slot onto associations with this world that they find themselves in, and part of that is experimenting with colour, design, drawing, and I think a lot of the creativity that you find in children comes from being able to give them the chance to express themselves through drawing and just even scribbling and just experimenting with different various craft work materials, and I think it's very important to give them a constant supply of these things, because you find that they spend hours and hours and hours doing it. It's just as important to me for me to provide my children with these materials as it is to take them out to the park and to exercise and climb trees and play on the swings. To me this is just as important, to provide them with the range of materials. Bobby, that's my caterpillar. Ruby made that. Naughty dog. Bobby's just coming and pinched my caterpillar. Bobby, give it to me. Good girl. Now you're going to sit down there. Be good. You pinched my caterpillar. I can't reach it now. It's on the floor. That's one of my little pairs of scissors off the table. You sit down and be good. Well, say hello. Well, say hello, dear. Ah, come for a cuddle. Ah, come on, Bobby. I think Bobby wants to colour as well, don't you? Hey? Say hello. Say hello to the camera. Oh, she wants a hug. She just wants a hug, don't you? Ah, give me a lick then. Go on, give me a lick. Ah, we'll go for a walk soon. Hey, we'll go for a walk after. Hey, let Daddy finish this video. Hey, say hello. 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 Ah, you just want a little cuddle, don't you? Hey, you like to be part of everything, don't you? See what's going on. We're going to go for a good walk soon, aren't we? Hey, to the park. Yeah. No, you sit down there, be a good girl. Don't knock anything else off the table. Spoke too soon. No, we're not going out yet. Oh, there goes my glue. Leave it. Anyway, to me, providing... No, get that out of your mouth. That's the glue. That's the glue stick. You're not crunching that to pieces. Thank you very much. Sit. Sit down. Good girl. Be quiet. Good girl. Right. Yeah. So I always make. No, don't. This isn't funny anymore. To me, providing your children with a constant supply of fresh paper, blank papers. What's she gone off with that? Probably one of the pens. It's not the glue stick anyway, that's here. You know these are nearly £2 a piece. So I always make sure I have a large supply. I mean, this is about half used now. I always I buy these packs of A4 paper, but they're all the plain pieces of paper. They're already separated. You don't have to pull them out of a book. They're all individually separated there. And this is a pack of 500. It's actually I think it's photocopier paper or scanner paper. You see that? says multifunctional paper on the spine there, multifunctional paper. So it's fine for drawing and for writing on. I always make sure I have one of those in stock because the kids go through absolutely loads of it, and it's only I think it's about $3.99 a pack or something like that. Well worth it. I mean, you get 500 pieces there. That lasts weeks and weeks. This is half finished. I bought that about I got that about 3 weeks ago. That. So you only need to buy one pack about every 6 weeks. Now my kids go through absolutely realms of that stuff, and they just, I encourage them. I really do encourage them. They cannot use too much paper. A child can never have enough paper, can never go through too much paper. Give them as much as they need. If they want a fresh piece of paper, make sure they have access to it. Don't just give them a little book with about 20 sheets in and expect that to last them a couple of weeks. Can I have my caterpillar? Are you bringing my caterpillar back? Bring my caterpillar back to me. Ruby made it. I'm just going to get my caterpillar. She's bought it new, but that's something Ruby made. Nice little caterpillar, wiggly caterpillar, by sticking these little circles of paper together with these special clip paper things that you bend back, make holes in. They act as joints. You see it's very movable. She stuck lollipop sticks on either end, and we've got two little button eyes there, and she's used pipe cleaners for the antennae. It's not antennae, that's aerials. You know what I mean. Begins with A, isn't it? See, so you get that sort of wiggly caterpillar effect. I'll show you that now before Bobby buggers off with it again. So I'll put that down there. So I'll just quickly show you what children are capable of when you give them the supplies that they need. And they're not expensive. I got them this big box. It's just an empty box. It was just an empty box when I got it. But they keep a lot of their pens and things in it. It's about just under half. We've got an absolute array of pens, a huge assortment of all different pens, felt tips, ordinary pens, crayons. Got crayons in there, double-sided felt tips. Ordinary pens, thicker pens. There's a brown one, and you'll find that they will leave the tops lying about, and they will go dry. They won't always put them away, and you will have to throw some of them out, simply because they didn't look after them and put the tops back on. It doesn't matter. To me, that doesn't matter. When it gets low, I replenish the stock. I go out there and I buy brand new pens, brand new felt tips, and I replenish the stock. I always make sure they have a good supply of colours and colouring pens, pencils. You can't have enough of these. I've got 2 or 3 of these somewhere. There, these. You can't have enough pencils. When I was a primary school child, that was our best friend. The pencil was our best friend. I always remember the teacher. She religiously walked up and down between our desks first thing in the morning with a little penknife, sharpening all our pencils. That was the first thing of the day that she did. I remember it as clear as daylight. All this time later, 40 odd years later. Over 40 years later. Now, just a word of advice: when you buy pencils, go for a reputable make like Staedtler. See, these are the Germans. Is it Staedtler ones? No. They are more expensive. They cost about £2 for a pack of 5. £1, is it £1.80 for a pack of 5, or about just under £3, about £3 for a pack of 10. Get the good ones. Don't get the cheap ones that cost about 10p a piece. When you come to sharpening them, you're trying to sharpen them and it's just snap, the lead just snaps off, and before you know it, you're down here. And when they're using them, it just snaps. The lead in the cheap ones just comes out like nothing. Get the good ones. The lead is better. They write better. They're firmer, and they last a lot longer. And they've even got a little eraser on that end. But yeah, the cheap ones are a hell of a job to sharpen. In fact, they're impossible to sharpen. Some of them. Some of them I've just thrown away. In here, we've got this, whether you can see it, all these little stars and star shapes, those sorts of things. Different. Children love anything that sparkles. They don't only love colours, but they absolutely adore sparkly colours. Anything that sparkles and glistens. Silver, gold, vivid red, purples. There's a gold star. There's a silver leaf. And there's a purple bauble. You see? You supply your kids with these sorts of things, and it's amazing what they will create for you. Just show you these. They come in little packets like that. Those what I've just shown you, they come in little packets like that. You get about three packets on a piece of card for £1, or is it 2 for £1? 2 pieces, it might be two packets like that. Yeah, I think it's 2. They come like that. One's been taken off, and the other one's still on the piece of card. About £1 for all that, and you know they last ages. They will drop them on the floor. Some of them, you just keep telling them to look after them and persist, and you will have to keep bending down and picking them up. These are little glittery circle ones. Can you see? Some of them do go up the Hoover. You know, can't save everyone, but about £1 for that. And these are little felt shapes. You see, these are just basically little foam. I said felt. I think it's foam. Little lightweight foam shapes. There's a heart and circle, another coloured heart, a purple heart. We've got little squares, coloured squares. We've got. To show you the star, the yellow star. Blue square. It's just little shapes that they can cut out and stick and make almost like 3D type pictures using the Pritt stick. Pritt stick will stick all those things that I've just shown you because they're so lightweight. Another thing you can provide your kiddies, which I do, is little stickers. Coloured stickers, little ones with little pictures on. That's got little insects on them, butterflies, things. That one's got all different circles and stars and leaf shapes and nice pretty patterns, and they're bigger shapes. That card's got bigger shapes. As you can see, they've already used some of them on this one. So we try and keep them, and there's another one again. Different. It's got little diamonds on it and half triangles. Show you the little diamonds now, and little strips, long strips. So I try and keep all these. This one's got the sort of things that stick in your children's book at school for doing the work well. Little smiley faces. You can buy these. You see, a sheet of those. Hey Daddy, that's what we use at school, Ruby said to me when I got to those. What you after, Bobby? Hey, you look a bit restless. You let me finish this and we'll go for a walk after. Get it, her ears prick up then. Right, little craft scissors, kiddies ones. You can buy ones that make, I'll just show you this. Ones that make fancy. Oh, let's see, ones that make fancy cutout shapes like that. Bobby, I would appreciate it if you removed your head from under the table that the camera's on, please. Thank you. Step through it carefully. Oh, she wants to be part of everything today, does our Bobby. I haven't got any food here. She eats so much. If you let her, I won't go into the things she actually will eat. She's looking for food constantly. Give her too much, really. I've been told to watch her weight. You know, cut down on what I feed her. They're just Labradors. They just eat and eat and eat. There's no end to what they will eat. She eats more than me. See, these are some more little stickers, some little ticks and what have you there. Now, when you buy them a magazine, they love sparkly ones. And wow, this one is called Sparkle World. But something like that is eye-catching. Ruby absolutely loves things like that. And when you open it, it's full of, it had, some of those other sheets are from here. Some of these smaller sheets. It was absolutely full of these. Full of stickers. Now, personally, I prefer to get them something like this, a magazine like this. And we've got pages of different activities and colouring. This is Ruby's. I buy Kate Doctor Who. She likes the Doctor Who magazine. But Ruby, she adores anything like that. Anything with some sparkly bits on them and full of stickers. I prefer to get something like that, to be honest, than these with a bit of a plastic toy in the front that doesn't last 10 seconds. And they're so expensive as well, aren't they? This one was £2.55. This one, but some of these others they can be £4, £3.99. Some of them, because they've got a bit of a plastic thing and they're stuck on the front, and it's not something that you'd probably buy if you were to buy that add-on toy separately. It's probably something you find in a 10p box in a charity shop. You pay £4 for the magazine. But yeah. If you buy your children a magazine, go for the creative ones with pens, and sometimes they've got the pens stuck to the front, and try and find the ones with stickers in them, things that they can stick on things, and to me, it encourages the creativity. I'm just going to show you some of the things that my two wonderful girls have produced now, and who shall we start with? This is a little drawing Ruby did the other day. She stuck it up in the kitchen on the cupboard there, but I've just pulled it down to show you. That's one thing she decided to draw the other day. That's rather sweet. And with all the craft materials and the little foam stick-on pieces and what have you, and the Pritt stick and the glittery bits, she actually produced her own little book. And this is quite ingenious. I didn't tell them how to do this. They decided to get several sheets of the A4 paper out of this packet and apply the Pritt stick to one end like that. So, and they stuck a few pages together to create. Cramp in my hand. Have you ever had that cramp in your fingers? Or it's worse in your leg when you get it in your leg, I tell you. They decided to stick the pages together like that and make a look at what she's done here. That's the front. You see how she's made use of the little foam pieces, the sticker pieces. How she's made little smiley faces. She stuck some of the little shiny stars on, shiny bits. She's even used some of the long coloured stripes there at the bottom. And she's written a ruby there, a name on top. Now if we open that page, just look at that. She's done that. Can you see how she's stuck more than one foam shape on top of the other? And on some of them she's put a third little glittered star on. They actually come out at you. It looks like a 3D effect. That's a beautiful one, that. She's used 3 hearts and she's used 2 big ones and stuck them just off centre from each other to give it that effect. And then she's used a smaller heart in the middle, a red one, to give it that outstanding effect. Look at that. You see that? But that's brilliant. I mean, I didn't show her how to do this. I have in no way did I show her how to do this. This is what she did just by saying, this is what Daddy bought you today for you to make pretty pictures with. And she just sat down and produced this, and she was so engrossed in it. Then on another page she decided to do just a bit of writing, use a couple of stickers. On Sunday, what does that say? Has she written on the other side then? I think it's she's tried reproducing an extract from one of her little storybooks. There. Some of the letters are a bit mixed up, and she hasn't. Still trying to teach her how to leave spaces in between words. She tends to not leave spaces sometimes, but that's coming along nicely. But she did that herself. I wasn't supervising that. If I supervise her writing when she's doing her homework, she can actually do it very neatly. If I point everything out, leave a space, start a new sentence, full stop, not that letter, this letter, the sort of usual thing. If you supervise them, it's amazing. But when it comes to art, creativity and drawing, they can do absolutely remarkable things all by themselves. Now, that is one of the inspirations that children are particularly sensitive to. Colour, being able to work with colour and different types of materials, and making their own creative images. I'm coming on to that one in a minute. I'm just going to show you what things Katie's done. That's her little book. She's written there, my art book. This is Katie's, my elder daughter. She's 9. She's decided on that page to use little stickers and write about them. Her writing's really neatly, actually. She's got really neat writing. Now she's attempted to use Pritt stick on the spine, but she's also tried piecing it together with sellotape as well, by the looks of it. Now if we turn over the page, just look at that. Look at what she's created out of the materials that I provided. You see, I like to think that you can bring a piece of the classroom into your own home. These materials aren't expensive, and you will have to replace the pens. You will find that they throw the paper about a bit, and you forever seem to be picking up paper and cut out bits of paper. You will find that they throw the shapes, some of the shapes. You'll find the odd packet tipped up on the floor. Accept it. Try and keep it as orderly as possible. Don't stop buying them these things, because it really is an integral part of their development and communication. And what you'll find, look at that, on that page. She's coloured little animals in there. What you'll find is the more you encourage this sort of thing in young children, well, I say young, I mean, up to the teens, always encourage it throughout the whole of the primary years. Encourage and provide the materials. They cannot have enough pens, they cannot have enough paper, they cannot have enough little sticky pieces and stickers and glitter. You cannot get them enough. Never cut it off, cut it from them and say you're not having any more because you don't look after them. You'll find that most of the time they do try to look after them, but you know, children being children, they're not exactly as tidy, as neat and tidy as what most of us adults seem to be. Never discourage art and access to paper and a variety of different materials. It really is important to me. I think it is anyway. To me and my children it is. Now Katie, she's been watching this, you might have heard of it, Art Attack on television. Art Attack, kiddies program where they show you how to draw, make various drawings and make things out of materials such as what I've got, cardboard boxes and pieces of string and things like that. A bit like what they do on Blue Peter. Now she always watches that. It's on CITV and Disney Junior. Apparently, I think it might be on another couple of channels, but she watches it on either CITV or Disney Junior. And the other day they were showing her how to produce these little troll-like figures, these little monster things. And do you know, she sat through it, glued to it, and she took it in. And this is what she produced after. And you know, that's exactly how they showed you how to do it. She has drawn this herself from watching that Art Attack, that children's art creativity show on television. You know, see, she's used little heart stickers for the eyes there, and a little silver leaf there, little purple bauble there. She has watched that program and remembered it, and that is exactly what they showed her how to do. That's incredible. Now, if I'd have watched it, I'd have forgotten most of it at the end, and it wouldn't look anything like that. You see, children have a really good memory. That's another one she did. Again, through watching that program, another one of her vivid, colourful productions there. And this is one that she started, but she hasn't finished yet. She said she was doing a green one. You see that? She hasn't finished that one yet. She's got some more colouring in to do, but that's the latest one. Let your children watch these sort of programs because they encourage creativity too. It really is important, and you'll find that the more you give your children the chance to be creative like this, you'll find that the sharper the brains become, and the more richer the more richer their minds will encompass things, and they will get these really good associations with and connections in life, and they will develop. You will find that they can do the most incredible things, and it will show in other subjects like reading and mathematics, and you'll think one day, by hell, their maths have come on. Well, like I think my Katie's case, her maths is incredible. She can work things out in her head that I'll never be able to do. Well, I would be able to, but it would take me a lot longer. She's so good at maths now, and yet a few years ago she needed extra one-to-one help with it. And Ruby, she has she has a photographic memory. She can remember the slightest detail from like a year ago. It's amazing. She'll say, "Daddy, do you remember that time when we were on the bus and we saw this little bonfire in this garden?" You think, "No. When was it?" You think, when we were on the X98, and I think, "Oh, bloody hell, that's when we lived in Wetherby," and you think, "My God, that was last summer." Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do remember. We were on the bus once, and you pointed to this little bonfire. And my word, I've forgotten all about that ages ago. Little insignificant things like that. It's amazing what that kid can remember. If you say you're going to get her something, she remembers. You've got to do it. If you say you're going to do something or get something, she remembers. I'm just going to show you something here. Take a pencil, a good pencil. Blank piece of A4 paper. Hold the pencil like a baby would, or a toddler, with your fist. Not like that. Like that. And just let the pencil rest on the paper. Bring it down and just let it curve and draw like this. Into wiggles, and just let it flow naturally like that. That's it. So all I've done is I've let the pencil down on the paper, and I've just gone like that without really consciously thinking of where it's going. Just round and round, and to the left and to the right, and little curves. And you should end up with something like that. Now what we do then is we start to colour in the little segments, and we end up, you can use anything. You can use sticky glittery pieces or felt tips or whatever, and when you fill in the little pieces, it's amazing how it looks. Here's one. So from something like that I've just done in a matter of seconds, colour it in, and you end up with something like that. Now my two children have been shown this, and they love it. They absolutely love it. There's another one. You don't have to use a pencil. You can use a felt tip. That's been done by a green felt tip, and you just colour in the pieces. That's actually a butterfly that Katie did yesterday. She's drawn a butterfly and filled it in very detailed with little